Hey everybody. So this video is all about atomic symbols again. We've already learnt how to do atomic symbols to show the mass number and the atomic number, but we're going to go further and look at the charge of the atom next. So firstly, let's practice drawing the atomic symbol for this atom here, which is lithium. So if you go to your periodic table, the atomic symbol for lithium is Li. So the first thing we'll do is write our actual symbol. And then we need to do the atomic number and the mass number. So the atomic number, we remember, is the number of protons in the atom. So the protons are red here. So there's 3 protons, which means lithium is number 3. And the atomic number goes down here. Then the mass number, we work that out by adding together the number of protons and neutrons, which is 3 protons plus 3 neutrons, which gets a mass number of 6. And the mass number is always written at the top left. So that's atomic symbols that we should know so far. But now we're going to add one more part of the symbol, which is the charge, which is written up here in the top right. So here's an example of the full atomic symbol for magnesium, the 2+ ion. It's got a mass number 24, its element number 12, and it has a charge of 2+, or positive 2. So with charge, we always write the number before the plus, if it's more than 1. Okay, let's practice with this lithium ion here. So remember that ions are atoms that have gained or lost electrons. So we have lithium. So again, we'll start with our lithium atomic symbol, which is Li. We can get that from the periodic table. It's still the same isotope. So it's still atomic number 3 because it's lithium, and it's still lithium 6 because there's 3 neutrons plus 3 protons. The thing that's different though is this ion has lost an electron. So this is actually the most common ion that lithium makes. So it's lost 1 electron. So let's just quickly tally up the number of electrons and protons. E for electrons, P for protons. We've got only 2 electrons now, where before we had a third one. And we've got 3 protons. So we need to bring a little bit of maths into it. Remember, the charge of protons is positive. So we have 3 positive charges. And we have 2 electrons, which are 2 negative charges. And remember that a positive and a negative cancels each other out in maths and also when we're talking about charges. So 1 positive cancels 1 negative, the other positive cancels the other negative. So this ion has an overall charge, or a net charge, of 1, or positive 1. And when we write the charge for the ion, we write in the top right as a positive. So this is a lithium plus ion. Like I said before, if it's only a charge of 1, we don't write the number. But if it had a charge of 2 positives, we'd write 2+. So this is the full atomic symbol for the lithium plus ion. Okay, let's practice it again with oxygen. So this is the atom of oxygen. So we know that this is a neutral atom. Oxygen has the symbol O. If we count the protons, we'll see that there are 8. And oxygen is number 8. And if we count the neutrons, there should also be 8. And excuse my washing machine going off in the background. Oops, that's a mistake. We have 8 protons plus 8 neutrons, so the mass number is 16. And since this is a neutral atom, because there's 8 electrons, which balances out 8 protons. It's not an ion, and we don't write a charge. It has a charge of 0. So that was an atom. Now we have an ion of oxygen. So this is the most common oxygen ion. And oxygen tends to gain 2 electrons in this case. So let's count the electrons and protons again. Electrons, we used to have 8, now we have 10, because it gained 2. Protons, we still have 8. So we have 8 positives and 10 negatives. So overall, we have 2 negatives as the overall charge. So we're going to write for the atomic symbol, oxygen with atomic number 8 and mass number 16 and charge 2 negative. And when ions have a negative charge, we put an IDE at the end of their name. So this is called the oxide ion. So that's how we draw atomic symbols to show the charge. So atomic symbols of ions.